This is Glenn Andrews of the Life Doctrines. I formed the Life Doctrines as a personal training business, an apparel business, also personal development, lifestyle management organization. I have a background in corporate America as well as working in the government. I have a bachelor's degree from Morehouse. I have an M.B.A. I also have a Six Sigma Lean Green Belt, and I'm a certified personal trainer through the American Council of Exercise. All of this happened within the last 10 years or so. I just turned 53, and as I got closer to 43, 44, working for a particular organization, I found myself hungry to get back into entrepreneurship. I didn't know what the path would be, but I just started jotting down the things I wanted to do and what I needed to do, because I was very unhappy in an organization, because what I went there to do was basically be closer to my home so I can spend more time with my children and just work in a place where all my efforts are rewarded. But you soon find out, in some cases, and not all cases, when you work for someone and you're the employee versus the employer, you're not rewarded for your efforts. If you're lucky and blessed to find an organization that rewards you for what you bring to the table, you need to stay with that company or that organization. You need to stay with them. But I still believe, and I wish they taught this more in school and high school, but I don't think it's by design, that you need to think about being someone to create your own business and teaching others how to create their own businesses. I've met several individuals over the last 10, 15 years who have shined a light on the opportunities and the things that I can bring to the table that I didn't even knew I had. I have the skill set, I have the intellect, I have the discipline, I have the knowledge, but I just didn't know how I could apply it. But luckily, I'm the kind of individual who listens. I'm the kind of individual who respects knowledge and humble enough to know that someone knows more than me, that they can give me something that can propel me to the next level. Kind of in this room where I have some fitness equipment, and across the hall, across the foyer, I have some more fitness equipment, and even back out in the back, I have some fitness equipment as well. But what I'm learning now is 50% of my life is teaching folks how to be healthy. The other 50% is the pursuit of happiness, and just having a mindset of saying you can do it. I just see right now, just after the election and just everything else that's going on, individuals just like a thing of being hungry, like a thing of being cold, and just want to knuckle under and not go for what you can go for, and setting these ceilings and setting these constraints and just really just negativity. Just no energy to be positive, to go for stuff, to say, yes, you can do it. I am the perfect example of what is possible, and I'm not done. The whole idea of retiring at 65, retiring from what? Because that's one of those things that we've had in the United States, that you work for a company for 30, 40 years, then you retire, and Social Security and so on and so forth. That's gone and played out. In actuality, if you look at what the 1% or the top 10% or the top 20% have always done, there's no such thing as retiring. You have to always be on your hustle. You have to always be on your grind. That's part of, we are a civilized society, but there's a primitive nature to all of this. And if you're not if you wake up in the morning and you're not compelled or feel the need to compete, you are expendable. It's just as straight and clear as that. I just did Man Talk Mondays here in Atlanta with Bryant, Sam Smith, Mark Jenkins. like these young brothers. I like what they're doing. And we had a great discussion about some of the stuff I'm doing as far as fitness. Had a discussion about the whole political aspect and everything that's going on with the election. And if you read history and know history and just paying attention to what's going on, not what you want it to be, but what it actually is, not surprised. Not surprised. So now that these cards have been dealt the way they are, now you see who the players of the game are. Now you see what the game is. Now it's about what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because I had my game plan in place about 10 years ago, and it was in general. Over time, it has narrowed down, and the outline is getting more detailed. Now I have a more detailed and specific outline. It involves collaboration. It involves partnerships. It involves personal stuff I need to do as far as getting my son through college. He's in college now. Making sure he has a path if he wants to pursue his PhD. The same is for my daughter. Putting away investment in money for me and my wife as we get older. Creating some scholarships, creating some endowments, doing a whole bunch of community service. But, you know, one of the things for me right now is I have a lot of young men that I speak to throughout the week, and some young ladies as well. And I speak to folks even my age. And I think the thing about me is I've been blessed with drive, a sense of urgency, a high IQ, a kind of a hunger at all times to want more and do more. One of the things, and being unselfish. And one of the things I never really focused on, but I negotiated to a certain degree, was money, how much money, salary, commission, how much I should make. And I never focused on a dollar amount or material thing. Since I haven't done that since I've been working since I was 12 years old, I'm flipping that around because I've had a checklist of goals that I wanted to attain, and I've literally hit everything on the checklist except doing $1 million a year, and that is the last one. And I got comfortable over this last 2 years because I had got all the other things on the checklist, and for whatever reason I just found myself uncomfortable. One day on the way to work, because I'm a general manager of a fitness facility as well as an entrepreneur and have my own things going on. One day on the way to the facility, I saw this white vehicle heading my way. And being a car guy, because I also build hot rods as well, I see this car coming my way, and it was a white Lamborghini. I want to say it was a Aventador. And I knew what it was. It wasn't a Huracan, it was a Aventador. And I'm like, whoa, interesting. Because my academic and professional experience in knowing money and knowing cars knew that if that was the owner of the car driving that car, he had a hustle and a grind that allowed him to walk into a Lamborghini dealership or an expensive car dealership and tell them, I want that one. And at that moment, I realized I needed to get back on my grind. Not because I wanted what he had or she had, but it just reminded me that, one, I'm not dead yet. Two, I'm living to see another day. And three, there are some more things that I need to accomplish. So I threw out the idea of, you know what? I want me a Lamborghini. And the Lamborghini Huracan. So I got on YouTube, started looking at them, start seeing who sold them, who owns them around the world, and just looking at it versus watching TV, because I don't watch TV. I think TV is almost like swallowing poison. And if you look at TV, what's coming in you is basically what's going to come out of you. So I read more, and I watch specifically things that's going to improve me and make me better, whether it be health related, intellectually related, finance, how to build something, how to create something. So that's what I watch. So I don't watch TV. So as the last 3 or 4 weeks have gone on, I realized, you know what, I've accomplished a lot. I'm an author. I've published 10 books, some specifically to the Afrocentric experience. The others health related, talking about fitness. I have 4 blogs, the lifedoctrines.com, which is actually my website for personal training. I have the Mosaic of a Man, which is just a basic of bringing together different pieces of a perspective of what a black man sees, goes through, and views the world. I have GAM Chronicles, which is more of my activist side. And then I have Fitness Appliance, and that's where I review fitness equipment and talk about all the things that pertains to fitness, health, and wellness. And with all that, as well as apparel, I have hoodies, shirts, hats. Just finished doing a particular shirt called Hero for Hire, which is a spinoff from Luke Cage Power Man, because I am a comic book reader. Spawn and Luke Cage Power Man are my 2 favorite. And so with all this, I'm still not satisfied. And in seeing that Lamborghini coming down the street, what it told me was I needed to get back on my grind even more. I needed to get back on my hustle even more. And that was before the election. And I still feel the same way after the election. So, as a matter of fact, on election day, because my daughter was out of school and me and her wanted to go out to lunch, I went up to the Lamborghini dealership and took a look at some, met a salesman who I will remember his name because he don't know me from Joe Blow, and probably a lot of people go to a Lamborghini dealership and walk around and want to sit like window shoppers. I wasn't window shopping. I have a plan to have one by my birthday, which is next August, or by this time next year, which will be right around Christmas. So it's either going to be by my birthday or around Christmas. Elders have said, Glenn, you need to keep those kind of things secret. You know, those goals and those aspirations like that, you need to kind of keep them to yourself. Which I understand that, and that's that old protective, secure, secretive way when you've had individuals go through Jim Crow. But 2016, 2017, we're dealing with a new Jim Crow, and there are no secrets. So, in me saying what I've just said, by August or Christmas time this year, I hope to have me a Lamborghini Huracan. What that means is I've put in the work. I understand the process of grinding 7 days a week, at least 20 hours a day, because I know you need sleep for recuperation and rest so you can revitalize and recuperate and get ready for the next day to do what you need to do. That means partnerships, because I can't do it alone, which also means collaborations. And as I grow and move towards that goal, what the Lamborghini represents for me is the receipt and the validation of putting in work. I'm not doing it for the aspect of materialism. I'm not doing it for the aspect of because I'm trying to show off or be trying to hang with the Joneses, because I don't, I'm a fitness guy. I've been a corporate guy before, so that whole thing with hanging with the Joneses ain't never been my thing. I'm what they call a renegade alpha. It ain't who I stand next to. You know, I stand on my own, and that's how I've always rolled. However, I've gone as far as I can doing my own thing, so it's now at a point where, with that in mind, the Lamborghini and just some other things that I'm going to do as I work my way towards that goal and beyond. because it's not going to stop there. That's just going to be one point. The next point is going to be how, from a community service standpoint, how I'm going to be reaching back and bringing other cats along, and teaching individuals that you can have anything in this world, but you got to work. You got to get your ass up out of bed first thing in the morning. You got to put in some work. You have to read books. You have to listen. You have to be open to learning. And if you don't do that, you'll be stuck. You'll plateau. You'll only get so far. So with that said, I'll start dropping the knowledge of what I know as I get on this process of next year and beyond. As a consultant, I help folks start their own businesses, make sure their paperwork is in order. I network. If there's someone who needs a particular business or organization or something legal, something business, something corporate, even something mechanical, if they need someone to fix a particular vehicle or something, I know somebody somewhere that can help them out, and it'll be quality product and service. So that's what I'm about. Again, I'm Glenn Andrews. I am the Life Doctrines. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, on Twitter. I am GAM Chronicles, as well as the Life Doctrines on Twitter. I have my websites, so everything is posted in. Look at my about screen and you can find me there. But again, I'm Glenn Andrews of the Life Doctrines. Let's get it.